Entrec Corporation was contracted to move an oversized IPS unit from Lloyd Minster to the Fort McMurray area. The IPS units are part of the froth treatment plant at the oil sands processing site north of Fort McMurray. When combined, these 14 units are essentially used to clean and separate water. Day 1 began in Lloyd Minster on July 29, 2013. The IPS unit was loaded and secured, ensuring safety for transport.
So yesterday for the loading process, we brought the trailer in a day and a half prior to make sure that the ground conditions were stable and ready. Staged the trailer. From there, we got the saddles, staged them onto the trailer so that they were ready for loading when the IPS unit got lifted. They did a 3-crane pick. They picked it, used the tailing crane to pull it out. We wrapped the chains in fire hose to make sure that there would be no damage to the vessel. Everything got chained down appropriately. Foremost came in to make sure that the shim was flush against the saddles with the IPS unit. We lowered the trailer so that we could get an official weight off our load sails.
On a load this size, having a 1/2-inch variance in the thickness of the steel can cause a huge discrepancy in weight, which is why every load must be weighed.
Once the weight was done, forwarded it to the bridge engineer, got the approval so that we could leave tonight. After that, we staged the trailer right at the exit here and we're prepared to go now.
The approximate shipping dimensions of the unit are 43.5 feet in length, 41 feet in width, and 44 feet in height. The unit weighs between 300 and 325,000 pounds.
Okay, so we'll get a pilot car at 29, a squad car here at the Saddle Lake Reserve here just after the curve. Kevin can go right here, and I'll lead him out and we're gone.
The main challenge for this particular move is that no one has ever transported a unit of this size in diameter.
63 is one of the most congested highways in Alberta with all the traffic. So tonight's going to be one of our main tests here for our pilot cars and the RCMPs to do with the traffic control. Not going to be too many places for us to park off the highway for tonight.
Entrec communicated the entire movement in advance. This minimized disruption and allowed the load to be safely delivered without incident. Due to the size of this load, alternating sections of the highway were temporarily closed to ensure public safety. To minimize disruption to all motorists, a detailed route including expected time and location of closure was developed.
One of these pipe mods here broke down on the side of the road, which left us 30 feet. We ended up having to run the edge of the pavement to get our vessel by, but we had foot and a half room clearance there, so that's lots of room.
Unlike super heavy loads where the concern is primarily bridges, Entrec had to account for everything from light poles to street signs, the width of bridges and roadways, as well as oncoming traffic.
These overhead railway crossing lights, just swing them out of the way for the move. In the old days, it would have been unwire the thing, unbolt it, use a crane, lift it out of the way. Now we have pivoting bases of one guy.
Once granted permission for night travel, it changed the whole game. Needing the additional light support was critical to ensure the hull could maneuver through the small towns and avoid height restrictions.
Dan Abel, field supervisor for Entrec. Got a big crew out here tonight, so everything's going to be mosey down the trail. Nice and slow, Johnny, you know? So we'll leave here at 11. Pilot cars, you might as well scramble right now, put your lights off, and then once we go to work, Constables start coming, you see the big program coming down the road, we'll go to work.
Entrec successfully completed the heavy haul safely, delivering the IPS unit on site the morning of August 4th.